What's good, y'all? It's Ali back at it again with another YouTube video in which I give you guys mental models you can use to become extremely successful and accomplish all the goals you are after. So let's get right into it. So today I want to talk about performance, because a lot of you guys are going into big performances for whatever goals you're trying to achieve, whether you're an athlete trying to perform in a game, whether you have an interview coming up for a job and you need to perform there, or you have a presentation that you have to do for somebody. A lot of you guys have performances coming up and you're like, man, Ali, I can't go into shit with confidence. I feel uncertain. I feel nervous. Like, I just crack under the pressure of the need to perform. I'm like, well, nigga, there's a nice solution to all of this shit. And that's where we get into the definition of performance in the context of you achieving your goals. And that is simply preparation. Yup. That is literally what it is. This is all performance is. Because you actually succeed in the prep, not the performance. This is where the success happens. If you want to win in anything, if you want to perform well in anything, you actually have to just do this to an insane degree. Because what does preparation do for you? It gives you ability and confidence in your skill and ability to do what? To perform. It makes the performance instinctive. It makes the performance natural, which is what you want. Because if you feel like something is certain because you've trained ridiculously hard, and because you train ridiculously hard, the evidence is there. When it's time for you to perform, what's going to happen? You're going to perform well. It's going to feel natural. You're not going to feel nervous. You're going to be like, bro, this is light work compared to the amount of time and effort I put into how much preparation I put in for whatever I'm about to do. This is light work. This is simple. So if you just consistently are focused on this instead of the performance, you're always going to perform well. So how do we make sure that we're always preparing at our best to ensure that we always perform at our best and we don't go into any performance, feeling some type of way or feeling like we're not going to perform well or feeling nervous? Well, first and foremost, getting into the actionable steps here, you got to schedule, right? First, you must schedule, because the only way you can prepare for something is if you know something is coming. Well, how do you know something is coming up that you have to prepare for? You have to schedule it. What I highly recommend is you guys download an app called Google Calendar, or on your laptop, also get Google Calendar too. If you're already not familiar with it, it's basically just this platform you can use to schedule all your important activities that are coming up for you, right? And so what do you do here? You schedule the performance, or whatever day you have a particular performance, because for all of us, whatever goals we're trying to achieve, there's some performance we have to put in the same way like I'm performing right now by making this video for y'all. So I have to schedule when I'm going to do these things, when I post these videos and do all these different things for you, right? So now that I know that this is scheduled, I then schedule time to prepare these videos. I schedule an amount of time where I'm like, okay, this is the video I have to post. I need to also give myself time to prepare to make this video. So let me give myself this prep time. And this way it allows me to do what? It allows me to perform well when I make said video, because I've given myself the time to prepare to make said video. So now you just have to do this for yourself and your own goals. You schedule when the performance is, and then you start preparing. And ideally speaking, and this is where there's a little bit of nuance in scheduling, for a performance that is not very reoccurring, like let's say you have one big presentation that you have coming up. Well, you want to start performing or preparing as soon as possible, like months out. If you know you have a big presentation coming up in like a month, well, you should be already starting to practice or prepare today, because this ensures that you have 30 days in which you could practice every single day. You could build a presentation. You could do everything you need to do. So by the time the performance actually comes around, it's easier for you to perform because you've been preparing for so long. As I was explaining way earlier, like, you want to make the performance feel natural. You wanted to make it feel instinctive. And that comes from you putting high intensity and giving yourself a lot of time to prepare before. So if you have more one-off performances that you want to start preparing as early as possible. But for stuff that I would say is more reoccurring, like I'll use myself for an example. For these videos, they're very reoccurring. So I don't need to give myself weeks and weeks and weeks before I post these videos. I'm like, okay, I just need within a day and a few hours to prepare these videos, because it's just coming off my knowledge and what I already understand. So I'm like, okay, I'll give myself a few hours before I post to prepare this video, and then I post the video, right? Because it's reoccurring and I know I can make a lot of changes because I'm going to post new videos. I'm going to be improving as time goes on. But for certain performances, you want to make sure, okay, I know I have this big presentation coming up in like a few months, and that's a one-time thing. It's not like you have presentation after presentation back to back to back. So you want to prepare as early as possible, so the performance is good as possible. right? So first you schedule, and I was pretty much already talking about it here, plus prep, right? So boom. So once you do these two, telling you, you literally become unstoppable. Because one thing I also want to say here is, guys, you don't you don't want to be one of these dumbasses where you get lucky with a performance. You did not prepare and then you perform very well. And what a lot of you dumbass guys will do, bruh, you guys will not prepare for something, perform well, and be happy that you didn't have to prepare and then still perform well. I'm like, nigga, why would you be cool with this? This is stupid. Because what this means is you actually got lucky and you can't replicate this performance. But a lot of you guys will not prepare for something, perform well, right? And then be like, well, I guess I don't have to perform well. I'm like, that's stupid. Like, you literally get no brownie points for doing that at all. No one is like, oh, look at that guy. He didn't try at all. He didn't prepare at all. He didn't focus at all and still performed well. That's great. Let's give him something. You don't earn anything out of that shit, right? The value is all in the preparation. You have everything to gain from preparation and everything to lose from not preparing. If you don't prepare for some shit, the likelihood that shit is going wrong is really, really fucking high, right? And you've already come into this video watching this right now, thinking like, damn, I don't want to be nervous. I don't want to feel uncertain going into a performance. And for a lot of you guys relying on luck, that's what you're going into the performance with. It's like a flip of a coin for you niggas. You guys get off to that shit. I don't understand. Why do you want to be like that? So drop all that shit. Make sure you're preparing for everything, because there's always value in the preparation, bro. Every single time. You will always go into things with a lot more certainty, a lot more confidence, which why wouldn't you? It feels good to go into something with confidence and know that you were willing to put in the work, the earlier work, to prepare well and get a good performance, right? So let me know how you guys felt about this. This is a very simple video, but I think a lot of you guys, it's just important for you guys to understand. It might be simple. You might have heard something like this before, like, oh, you got to prep well. But I'm telling you, bro, this makes all the difference. This literally makes all the difference. It's the simple stuff that always works that a lot of us tend to ignore, but this shit makes all the difference, right? So you want to make sure, if you want to perform well at whatever you're trying to do, you schedule first, right? As I was saying earlier, use Google Calendar to schedule your stuff. You schedule, time way, way, way in advance. The more one time the performance is, you schedule way in advance, so you have a lot more time to prepare and make sure you have everything in order. Make sure you have the knowledge you need. Make sure you get the training you need. Make sure you get a lot of practice in. So by the time the performance comes around, it feels like light work, right? And if it's something that's a lot more reoccurring, like let's say it's the gym, for example, you go to the gym regularly. Obviously, you only need 10 minutes before you go to the gym, or 10 to 15 minutes before you go to the gym every day to prepare your gym bag, for example, right? Because it's something that's very, very reoccurring. So you only need to prep a little bit. Obviously, you still don't want to just go into anything. You still prep a little bit, but because it's more consistent, you just schedule, okay, 10 minutes before the gym, I prep my stuff and then boom, I'm good to go. So yeah, that's just pretty much how it works. And I want you guys to always be preparing for everything, because performance really is preparation. Preparation is what is the performance. So yep, with that being said, I'll definitely catch you boys in the next YouTube video. But let me also not forget, like and subscribe if you fucked with this shit, bro. Like and subscribe if you fucked with this shit. If you're like, oh yeah, this completely changed my vision. I'm no longer concerned about the performance. I want to prep. I want to prep as hard as I fucking can, because that's where all the confidence and certainty comes from. If you fuck with that, like the video so more guys can join the fam. Make sure that they're achieving their goals to the best of their ability because they're preparing. And of course, too, subscribe, bro, so you can see more videos like this, because I always try to drop good videos for you guys that you guys can use to achieve your goals, of course, like always. So like plus subscribe. And now, with that being said, I'll catch you boys in the next YouTube video. Deuces.